Toyota recalling more than 120,000 Toyota and Lexus vehicles over a potential engine failure issue.
Toyota just recalled 127,000 engines again. Failures at 18,000 miles. Toyota says it's debris, but an independent teardown proves it's a fatal design flaw. Replacement engines are failing too. This is the V35A crisis destroying Toyota's reputation. The recall bombshell. Let's get straight to it. In November 2025, Toyota issued a massive recall affecting about 127,000 vehicles in North America. That includes 2022 to 2024 Toyota Tundras, with the 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6, along with Lexus LX and GX models. Over 100,000 trucks and luxury SUVs with engines that can fail catastrophically without warning. And this isn't the first recall. Toyota has been playing whack-a-mole with the V35A engine since launch. The original recall covered engines built from November 2021 through February 13, 2023. Now it's been expanded to include engines built through February 14, 2024, adding a full extra year of production. Even more alarming, failures are being reported outside the official recall window, including 2025 models. Worse still, some owners who already received replacement engines under the first recall are now experiencing repeat failures. The fixed engines are failing too. If you own a Tundra with this engine, you may be driving with a ticking time bomb. The question isn't if it will fail, it's when. What owners are saying. Let's hear from the people actually living this nightmare. Online forums and social media are overflowing with stories from Tundra owners dealing with catastrophic engine failures. One owner reported his 2022 Tundra with 32,000 miles suddenly losing power on the highway. The engine began knocking violently and seized completely. He was without his truck for 3 months waiting for a replacement. Another owner's 2023 Tundra failed at just 18,000 miles, barely broken in. The dealer found metal shavings throughout the engine and replaced it under warranty. Now, he's terrified it'll happen again. And these aren't isolated cases. One owner wrote, "My 2024 Tundra blew up at 5,800 miles in Wisconsin. It's going to take 3 months. I traded it in and lost $10,000 just to get out." Another said, "Dude, we just had our engine explode. Cool beans. Now how do I tell my dad the 2024 truck he just bought needs to be exchanged, but nobody's going to want it?" Others are financially trapped. "I bought my Tundra in July 2024, and now it has no trade value." It's not just the failures, it's how Toyota is handling them. Some owners report being denied coverage over alleged maintenance issues despite dealership oil change records. Others are being told to expect 6-month waits for replacement engines. One of the most devastating stories comes from a contractor who bought a 2022 Tundra for work. His engine failed at 41,000 miles, leaving him without his truck for 4 months. Toyota offered a Corolla loaner. 4 months of rentals, lost jobs, and financial damage. Another owner summed it up bluntly. 1 year in the shop, 2024 model, 15,000 kilometers, $100,000 truck. Toyota Canada wouldn't even talk to me, never buying their junk again. The frustration is real, the anger is justified, and for many owners, Toyota's response has been completely inadequate. What's actually happening? So what's going wrong? Picture this. You're cruising in your $60,000 Tundra with just 30,000 to 40,000 miles when you hear a knock, then grinding. The oil pressure light flashes, and the engine is done. Total catastrophic failure. Owners report sudden bottom-end failures, spun main and rod bearings, crankshaft damage, and metal debris flooding the oil. These aren't worn-out high-mileage engines. These are nearly new trucks failing long before 200,000 miles, if ever. The symptoms are clear: knocking, rough running, power loss, no start conditions, and complete engine seizure. Many owners describe being stranded mid-trip when their almost new Tundra simply dies. What makes this especially frightening is how fast it happens. Often there's little to no warning. Some hear a faint tick for a day. Others go from running perfectly to destroyed in minutes. The V35 AFTS is a 3.4-liter all-aluminum, twin-turbo, direct-injected V6 making 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. When it works, It's powerful, efficient, and tows well. But none of that matters when the engine self-destructs before you've even made your first payment. Toyota's official explanation. Toyota's official explanation is simple: machining debris. They claim metal shavings were left inside the engine during manufacturing, clogging oil passages and starving critical components like the crankshaft bearings. No oil means no lubrication. No lubrication means metal-on-metal contact, and the engine destroys itself from the inside out. Toyota says the fix is straightforward. Inspect the engine, and if debris is found, replace the entire engine at no cost. They're extending warranties and providing loaner vehicles. On the surface, that sounds reasonable. But here's what doesn't add up. If this were purely a cleanliness issue, failures would be limited to specific production runs or assembly plants. You'd see a clear pattern: certain build dates failing, others unaffected. That's not what's happening. These failures are scattered across multiple years, multiple plants, and multiple batches. That doesn't point to leftover debris. It points to a deeper problem. And there's another major red flag. Toyota is tightly controlling the failed engines. Independent mechanics and engine builders aren't allowed to inspect them. Dealerships all say the same thing: the engines must be sent back to Toyota. The question is simple: why the secrecy, and what are they trying to hide? Why experts are calling BS the teardown evidence. Here's where Toyota's story really falls apart. Independent engine builders say the machining debris explanation doesn't hold up, and I Do Cars, one of the biggest teardown channels on YouTube, has the proof. Link to the detailed teardown video in the description. Eric at I Do Cars tore down a recalled V35 AFTS from a 2023 Toyota Tundra with 38,000 miles. Yes, there was metal debris in the oil, but the damage pattern tells a different story. The top end was nearly perfect: clean camshafts, minimal wear, and a healthy valve train. If debris had circulated through the oil system from manufacturing, damage would be everywhere. It wasn't. The failure was isolated to the bottom end. Two main bearings had completely spun, destroying the crankshaft journals with aluminum transfer. The debris found was created by the bearing failure, not the cause of it. Oil passages were mostly clear, the pickup tube was clean, and the oil filter wasn't clogged. Another red flag: every rod bearing showed wear through the coating, even though they share the same oiling circuit as the mains. That selective damage doesn't match Toyota's debris explanation. The timing system, chain guides, and oil pump all looked excellent. Only the crankshaft bearings failed. This is a twin-turbo V6 making 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. That's serious bottom-end stress, and if the bearing design or oiling system can't handle it, these failures aren't accidents. The design flaw theory. So what's really going on? The elephant in the room is this: the V35A may have a fundamental design flaw. Toyota built the V35A to meet modern demands: smaller displacement, twin turbos, better fuel economy, big power. On paper, it's impressive. In real-world truck use, it may be overstressed. The leading theory is that the bottom end, crankshaft, bearings, and oiling system isn't robust enough for sustained high loads and temperatures, especially in a heavy truck like the Tundra. Towing 10,000 pounds up a mountain in summer heat means high boost, rising oil temps, and enormous bearing loads. If bearing clearances are too tight, oil passages too small, or the crank design marginal, failure becomes inevitable. The teardown revealed another concern: the main bearings lack locating tabs. While this isn't unique to Toyota, it means the bearings rely entirely on crush fit and oil pressure. Under extreme load with reduced oil film strength, bearings can begin to rotate, and once they spin, it's over. Thrust bearing design is another downgrade. The old 5.7-liter V8 used 360-degree thrust bearings on both the block and main cap. The V35A uses 180-degree thrust bearings only in the block, cutting thrust surface area in half. Some engineers believe Toyota may have used bearing specs suitable for lighter-duty or naturally aspirated engines, but insufficient for sustained turbocharged truckloads. And here's the most telling part: these failures span multiple model years, production batches, and assembly plants. That's the hallmark of a design problem, not a manufacturing mistake. If you're finding this content helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. The hybrid scandal and recall expansion. The first reports of V35A failures surfaced in 2022, shortly after the redesigned Tundra launched. By 2023, owner forums were flooded with stories of catastrophic engine failures, trucks with 20,000, 30,000, even 50,000 miles, all showing the same symptoms. On May 30th, 2024, Toyota issued its first official recall, covering over 100,000 engines built from November 2021 to February 2023. But here's where things got questionable. iForce Max hybrid models were excluded, despite using the same 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6. Toyota's reasoning? If the gas engine fails in a hybrid, the electric motor can still move the truck off the road, so it's not a safety issue. In other words, Toyota acknowledged the same defect exists in hybrids but chose not to recall them. That's not standing behind the product, that's damage control. Fast forward to November 2025, and Toyota expands the recall to 127,000 vehicles, extending production dates to February 14, 2024, an entire extra year added. Many believe Toyota is recalling these engines 1 year at a time to avoid grounding too many unsold vehicles on dealer lots. The most alarming part is mileage. Engines are failing at 18,000, 32,000, and 41,000 miles, despite meticulous maintenance, 5,000-mile oil changes, and full dealer service records. This isn't neglect. It isn't maintenance. It's the engine. The industry-wide problem. This situation raises a bigger question for the entire auto industry. In the race to meet fuel economy and emissions targets, are manufacturers sacrificing durability? To boost efficiency, many engines now run ultra-lightweight oils like 0W20 to reduce friction. The V35A is likely one of them, but thinner oil requires tighter bearing clearances to maintain oil pressure, and tighter clearances leave far less margin for error. There's little ability to tolerate debris, surface imperfections, or minor machining variations. Older engines like Toyota's 5.7-liter V8, which ran 5W30 oil with larger clearances, had that margin. They could absorb wear, contamination, and imperfections without catastrophic failure. Modern turbo engines don't get that luxury. Combine thin oil, tight tolerances, high turbocharged cylinder pressures, and sustained towing loads, and you're operating on a razor's edge. If anything is even slightly off, bearing clearances, crank surface finish, or oil passage sizing, failure becomes inevitable. Toyota isn't alone. GM's 6.2-liter V8 running 0W20 has suffered similar bottom-end failures, with GM also blaming machining debris and surface finish issues. Same pattern. But notably, Ford's EcoBoost engines and GM's 2.7-liter turbo, which run 5W30 oil, aren't seeing these widespread bearing failures. Coincidence? Probably not. The industry's shift to smaller, turbocharged engines isn't driven by what's best for consumers. It's driven by CAFE and emissions regulations, and we're now seeing the consequences. The cost of failure. Let's talk about what this means for owners. If your engine fails outside of warranty, you're staring at a $15,000 to $20,000 bill for a full engine replacement, often the only option because the damage is so severe. Even if you're covered under a recall or warranty, the nightmare doesn't end there. Many owners report waiting 3 to 6 months for replacement engines due to part shortages. That's half a year without your truck. And here's the most unsettling part. A replacement engine doesn't guarantee safety. If the real issue is a design flaw, not machining debris, then every V35A engine is at risk. We're already seeing reports of replacement engines failing, including second and even third failures. Some owners are on their second or third engine before 100,000 miles. How do you trust a truck for a long road trip when it's already suffered multiple catastrophic failures? Resale values are collapsing. A 2022 Tundra that should be worth $45,000 is now selling for $35,000 or less because buyers are afraid of the engine issues. Owners are trapped, unable to sell without a massive loss, and afraid to keep driving a truck that could fail at any moment. Toyota's reputation on the line. This is bigger than a recall. It's about Toyota's reputation. For decades, Toyota meant reliability. The 2007 to 2021 Tundra's 5.7-liter V8 was legendary, with countless examples running 500,000-plus miles without major repairs. That's the Toyota people trusted. The V35A disaster is eroding that trust fast. Owners are walking away, resale values are falling, and competitors are circling. Ford's F-150, Ram 1500, and Chevy Silverado are more than happy to take frustrated Toyota buyers. And it doesn't stop with the Tundra. The same V35A powers the Lexus LX 600G X550, $90,000 plus luxury SUVs. Spending that kind of money only to face catastrophic engine failure is a PR nightmare. Toyota built its empire on peace of mind. People paid a premium because Toyotas were supposed to last, but now that promise is gone. If a Toyota is no more reliable than anything else, why pay extra? A reputation that took decades to build is being damaged in just a few years. Should you buy a Tundra? The million-dollar question: should you buy a Tundra with the 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6? If you're shopping used 2022 to 2024 models, proceed with extreme caution. Confirm the truck was inspected under the recall, get a pre-purchase inspection, and strongly consider an extended warranty. You may need it. Looking at a new 2025 or 2026? Toyota says the issues are fixed and claims upgraded main bearings, but there's no long-term data yet. Even worse, 2025 trucks are already showing failures. Buying now means you're essentially beta testing Toyota's fix. My advice? Wait. Let the 2025 to 2026 models rack up miles. Give it a year or two. If failures continue, you dodged a bullet. If they stop, you can buy with confidence. Another option is the iForce Max Hybrid. It uses the same V6 but adds an electric motor, which may reduce stress during acceleration and towing. So far, hybrids haven't shown the same failure rates, but Toyota's decision to exclude them from the recall is telling. If you need a full-size truck right now and want Toyota reliability, look for a previous generation Tundra with the 5.7-liter V8. Yes, it's older and less efficient, but it's proven. The 3URFE 5.7-liter V8 has countless examples with 500,000 plus miles, some over 600,000, without major engine work. That's the Toyota reliability people remember. Let someone else deal with the V35A headaches, while you enjoy a truck that won't leave you stranded at 35,000 miles. What Toyota needs to do. So what's the solution? If this is truly a design flaw, Toyota needs to admit it. Stop blaming machining debris and start engineering a real fix. Independent teardowns contradict Toyota's explanation, and the failure pattern does too. It's time to come clean. That may mean a redesigned crankshaft, revised bearing clearances, stronger bearing materials, or an upgraded oiling system with higher flow. It may even require switching to thicker oil, 5W-30 instead of 0W-20. Whatever it takes, these engines must be able to handle the power and sustained loads they were designed for. Toyota also needs to take care of all owners, including hybrids. Not just recalls and warranty extensions, but buybacks for owners who've lost trust, compensation for those stranded or financially harmed, and real transparency about what went wrong and how it's being fixed. Right now, the silence is deafening. Corporate statements are vague and avoid the real issues. When independent teardowns contradict your official story, you have a credibility problem. When owners are on their third engine, you have a design problem. When fixed engines keep failing, you have a trust problem. Toyota built its name on reliability. If it wants to keep it, it needs to act. Because that reputation is slipping fast, taking billions in brand value with it. 127,000 engines recalled. Teardowns exposing the truth. Replacements still failing. If you're living this nightmare, drop your story below. How many miles? How many engines? Let's expose what Toyota won't. And if you enjoyed the content, smash that like button and subscribe for more auto content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.